Hello and good day. In this video, we will be discussing the Wechsler Individual Achievement Test. But before anything else, I would like to introduce myself. I am Yashan Bian A. Baston, together with Ms. Naila Bakal, your presenters. Now, let's begin the discussion. Ano nga ba itong Wechsler Individual Achievement Test? So, the Wechsler Individual Achievement Test is a test that checks how well a person can read, speak, do math, and write. So, itong test na to, was created by David Wechsler. So, a brief background about David Wechsler. Isa siyang American psychologist known for developing several use intelligence tests, including the Wechsler Adult Intelligence Scale and the Wechsler Intelligence Scale for children. So, Wechsler believed that intelligence is not a single ability but a combination of different mental abilities. His test assessed various cognitive skills such as reasoning, problem solving, memory, and verbal comprehension. So, ito na nga, binuo David Wechsler itong Wechsler Individual Achievement Test. So, this test evaluates academic skills like reading, writing, and math. So, his work has had a lasting impact on psychological assessment and education. So, moving on to the next slide, dito sa slide na to naman, let's talk about how does this Wechsler Individual Achievement Test work. So, there are general steps involved using or filling the Wechsler Individual Achievement Test. So, let's start with preparing for the assessment. So, getting ready for the test. So, dapat yung examiner checks the Wechsler Individual Achievement Test manual, the scoring rules, and test materials para ma-make sure nila na everything is correct before giving the test. Next is introduction and instructions. So, dito naman explaining the test. So, the examiner tells the test taker kung bakit itong test na to is important. So, gives clear instruction for each part and answers any question. Next is administering subtest. So, giving the test. The examiner, dapat follows a set order to check different academic skills and records the test taker's answers as instructed in the manual. Moving on to the next slide, continuation pa rin. So, dito na tayo sa monitoring time. So, dapat, the examiner should keep track of time. So, the examiner uses a timer or a stopwatch para ma-make sure na each test part is given fairly, especially for timed tasks. Moving on to scoring and interpretation. So, here naman, for scoring the test, the examiner, checks and scores the answer using set rules, sometimes with templates or software, para mahanap nila yung mga strengths and weaknesses ng test taker. And lastly, generating reports. So here, sa generating reports, making a report. So, a report is made up with scores, rankings, and a summary of performance to help with learning plans and support. So, ngayon naman, let's talk about scoring. So, dito sa test na to, in order to guarantee uniformity and reliability among administrations, the Wechsler Individual Achievement Test uses a standardized scoring technique. So, how Wechsler Individual Achievement Test scoring works? So, number 1, raw scores. So, dito, the examiner counts the correct answers and i-record niya ito, the total score for each test section. Second, conversion to scaled scores. So, here naman, the raw scores are converted using a table or software, making it easier na ma-compare yung results across different age groups. So, number 3 is composite scores. So, dito sa pangatlo, scores from different sections are combined. They are combined to measure overall skills in reading, writing, math, and oral language. So, for the number 4, number 4, standard scores. These scores, compare a person's performance to the average, with 100 being the typical score. So, for the percentile ranks naman, so dito, sa percentile ranks, it shows how a person's score compares to others. For instance, if a student is in the 75th percentile, they perform better than 75% of their peers. And lastly is number 6, which is the interpretation. So here's interpreting results. Dito is yung scores will help identify strengths and weaknesses, showing where a student may need extra help. So now, let's discuss about when to use this Wechsler Individual Achievement Test. So, here are some situations where it is appropriate to utilize the Wechsler Individual Achievement Test. For the first one is educational evaluation. So, itong Wechsler Individual Achievement Test helps check, makakatulong siya to check what students are good at and what they struggle in school. So, with this, no, it looks at skills like reading, writing, and math to find strengths and weaknesses. So, sa pamamagitan nitong test na to, no, matutulungan niyo yung mga teachers and yung parents, ang mga parents rather, know how to support the student better. So, itong test nito, no, is very useful because magbibigay siya ng clear picture of a student's learning needs. So, moving on to the next, no, which is learning disability assessments. So, here naman, no, this assessment, no, checks if a student has trouble learning compared sa kanyang mga kaedad or kaklase niya. So, it helps, no, find problems in reading, writing, or math that may need special support. So, by comparing skills to expectations, it helps decide if your student has a learning disability. So, the Wechsler Individual Achievement Test is used because it measures different academic areas to find these challenges. Moving on to the next, which is response to intervention, RTI monitoring. So, this tracks naman, no, how well students are improving in special learning programs. So, it helps teachers see if an intervention is nag-work ba siya or needs to be changed. So, by checking progress, no, schools can decide the best way para matulungan yung students na yun na merong special needs. So, no, with the Wechsler Individual Achievement Test, is very useful siya because, like, first, academic growth over time. So, now let's move on to the next slide, which is continuation pa rin siya ng some situations where the Wechsler Individual Achievement Test can apply. So, now let's talk about the Individual Education Program, which is the IEP, or the IEP development. So, in this naman, no, an IEP is a special plan made for students who need extra help in school. So, it sets learning goals and teaching strategies to support their needs. So, the Wechsler Individual Achievement Test, no, helps create IEPs by showing anong areas a student needs help with. So, this makes sure that the plan is right for the student's learning level. Moving on to educational planning. So, this helps naman, no, decide which class, course, or grade is best for a student. So, it ensures that students are placed in the right academic level based sa kanilang abilities. So, the Wechsler Individual Achievement Test is useful because, no, it shows a student's strengths and weaknesses in different subjects. This helps teachers and mga magulang na rin, no, to make the best academic decisions for their students, for the teachers, and sa kanilang mga anak, para naman sa mga parents. So moving on to research and program evaluation. So here naman, no, schools and researchers use tests like the Wechsler Individual Achievement Test to compare yung performance ng kanilang mga students in different programs. So it provides, no, standardized data that can be used to study education trends. So this helps improve learning methods and teaching strategies. So the Wechsler Individual Achievement Test is useful because binibigyan niya ng accurate academic scores for research and evaluation. So, itong Wechsler Individual Achievement Test, no, is very useful talaga siya in all these areas because magbibigay siya ng clear measure about sa academic skills ng isang student, and also, no, matutulungan niya to identify yung mga learning, yung mga areas na merong naglalak, kumbaga pa, yung mga areas kung saan naglalak yung isang student. And also, it helps to track progress, create education plans, and support research. So, by using this Wechsler Individual Achievement Test, no, teachers, parents, and researchers can make better decisions para matulungan ang isang estudyante, ang mga students, to succeed. So, I think that would be all for my part. Thank you.
Good day, I am Nela C. Bakal, and I am the last reporter, and I will be discussing the who is this Wyatt Task PDF4 and benefits of this free Wyatt test. Who is this Wyatt Task PDF4? So, various professionals working in educational and clinical setting may benefit from the Wyatt Task PDF. So, these are the following that are suitable to utilize the Wyatt Task PDF. So, first is the school psychologist. So, psychologists in school setting play a crucial role in evaluating children's academic and identifying learning difficulties. The Wyatt Task PDF offers school psychologists a standardized and comprehensive tool to assess academic achievement, learning disabilities, and guide intervention planning. The Wyatt Task PDF may be used to complete evaluations, provide significant scores, and evaluate outcomes to support educational decisions. Second is the educational diagnosticians, providing appropriate intervention for students with learning difficulties is an area of expertise of educational diagnosticians. The Wyatt Task PDF is useful for educational diagnosticians because it allows them to evaluate students' academic skills such as oral expressions or early reading skills, helping identify problem areas. The task findings can be used to create individual educational plans. So third is the special education teachers. Teachers in special education work closely with students with a range of learning needs. The Wyatt Task PDF may provide to those special education teachers a useful information on their students' academic strengths and shortcomings. The result of the exam used to create individual intervention, differentiate education, and customize teaching techniques to assist students' achievement. So the fourth is the clinical psychologists. Clinical psychologists may assess students' academic performance and identify difficulties with learning using the Wyatt Task PDF. A complete understanding of a person's cognitive and academic profile may be obtained from the task findings, which can be used to guide treatment planning and intervention strategies. Fifth is the speech-language pathologist. So, communication disorders are the primary area of the study and treatment of speech-language pathologies. Speech-language pathologists may be find the Wyatt Task PDF beneficial because it has subtest the oral language abilities. The task findings can assess language skills and pinpoint areas that needing specialized language treatment. So the last is the researchers. Psychologists and educators may use the Wyatt Task PDF to get standardized data for studies and program assessments. The PDF format ensures adherence to established standards while offering practical means to obtain and administer the test. So next is the benefits of these free Wyatt tests. First is the cost effective. The free Wyatt task template minimizes the need to spend money on costly task materials, making it affordable choice on practitioners with financial restrictions and also time saving. The pre-designed framework of the template make it easier for practitioners to administer and score the Wyatt than it would be for them to construct their assessment materials from the scratch. Third is the standardization. So, the template guarantees uniform administration and scoring procedures, maintaining the Wechsler individual achievement test assessments, standardization, and improving the accuracy of the result. And also convenience. Practitioner can easily access the digital template, making it simpler and more adaptable to administer the Wechsler individual achievement test. So the fifth is the customizability. While the template offers a standardized format, practitioners can adapt it to suit their needs or incorporate additional assessment components. And last is the resource optimization. The free Wyatt task template enables practitioners to allocate their resources more efficiently by analyzing the findings and putting interventions into place rather than spending time and resources to the task creation.